Good morning. Welcome. Sunday morning. How lovely. Let's just check everybody's logging in. So as we arrive on our mats, let's come into an easy seat, legs crossed. And let's bring the left foot closest to our body. So we're working with our inner power. We're on the 9th day of our Navaratri period, and one more day to go, which will be the 10th day. So last night is tonight, and then tomorrow is the Sera, the 10th day. So our practice today is going to bring in all of the elements of the 9 manifestations of Durga, the deity or goddess of fearlessness, courage, protection, and the energy, or Shakti energy, the divine feminine energy, which is present in all of us, wherever on the spectrum of gender we sit. We have elements of Shiva, the masculine, typified as the masculine energy, and Shakti, typified as the feminine energy, not in the ways that we in the West understand gender, but in terms of the qualities that are cultivated by the deities and invoked. Let's bring our thumb and index into Gyan Mudra, palms face up. Sitting tall, lifting your crown to the sky, closing your eyes, softening. So we're going to bring in all of the aspects that we have been honoring during these 9 nights of the goddess. Softness and abundance of Lakshmi, strength and courage of Durga, wisdom and intuition, insight of Saraswati. So feel strong and connected through the earth. Feel light and lifted through the upper body and the crown. And feel the circle of completion in your mudra, the thumb and index connected, the seal of wisdom. And let's open by visualizing Soma Pranayam that honors Saraswati, moonlight, breath. As you inhale, draw in the soft, luminous light of the moon in through the crown, and traveling the full length and breadth of your body, bringing a sense of this luminosity, softness, like a river of moonlight, illuminating all of the subtle parts of yourself, beyond the physical, your emotional self, your wisdom self. And as you exhale, release this moonlight down into the earth. So drawing the moonlight from the moon through your crown to travel the vessel of your body, and then exhaling the moonlight into the earth to be absorbed. And now, as you visualize the moonlight, I invite you to add and layer this pranayama with ujjayi, the breath of the ocean associated with Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. So as you inhale, constrict slightly at the back of your throat, making a sound. Breathing in and out through your nose. Slight constriction at the back of the throat as if you were fogging up a mirror. So here, combining the light of the moon shimmering on the surface of the ocean. Meditating on your breath. Soma pranayam, ujjayi pranayam. Soma pranayam is a visualizing breath. Ujjayi pranayam is a breath that flows through the back of the throat, and it's the sound that we hear. So we're connecting with the sense of sound, the sense of inner sight, the sixth sense that we all have, insight, intuition. I'm going to chant each of the bija mantras for the goddess. You're invited to join me. We'll start with Dum Durgayei Namaha, then Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha, and then Aim Saraswatayai Namaha, 3 times each. And I invite you to bring your hands in Abhaya Mudra. So cross your wrists in front of your heart, left hand on top. No, right hand on top, sorry. And take your index and wrap it around the index of the opposite, middle around the opposite, little finger around the opposite, leaving your ring finger and thumb to come together in touch. And at your heart. Abhaya Hridaya Mudra, which invokes the spirit of Durga. Closing your eyes. Reconnecting with Soma Pranayam and Ujjayi Pranayam. Visualizing the moonlight flowing like a river into the ocean of your Ujjayi breath. The moonlight shimmering on the ocean surface. Dum Durgayei Namaha. Dum Durgayei Namaha. Dum Durgayei Namaha. Inhale. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Inhale. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Invoking the principle of the Shakti, the divine feminine in all of us. The strength, courage, and protection of Durga. The abundance, compassion, generosity of Lakshmi. The wisdom, the deep learning and insight of Saraswati. Om. Om. your Abhaya Haritya Mudra. Hands in Namaskar at the Agnya Chakra, the eyebrow center. Namaste and welcome. Thank you for joining me. So let's start straight away. We're going to move in our practice. So we'll touch upon each of the energies of the Shakti as represented by Durga, as Kali, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. So sitting in here with your soles of your feet together and draw the heels in as close to you as you can. Legs reaching out, knees heading down towards the earth. Parvitasana, the goddess seated pose. Lengthen through your crown. Shine your heart. So feel a lengthening along the front of your sternum. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lift your crown. Let's take 3 breaths here, dropping down into your heart space. And at the heart, visualize color of your choosing. Red, pink, or a brilliant white light, like the moonlight, or the warm gold yellow of the sun. Red for Durga. Pink for Saraswati. Pink for Lakshmi. White for Saraswati. One more breath, and then let's release our hands, release your feet. Take a moment here. Reach out long with your left leg. Hug in this right foot. I'm going to do a little twist here. So reach up. Exhale over to the left. Fingertips on the earth. Gaze over your left shoulder. Ujjayi breath here. That ocean sounding breath at the back of your throat. Inhale, turn your head to center. Bring your arms around. Let's bring the soles of the feet together in a wide, generous butterfly, Baddha Konasana. And this time, let's take our hands underneath, tucking your elbows. Take a moment here. So really grounding down into the earth. Now let's claw your fingers. So Durga paws. Durga rides on a tiger. So really extend your fingers and press into the finger pads as if you're clawing at the ground. For Durga, there's fearlessness. Riding into battle on her tiger. Carrying the sword of discernment. Slashing through all that we need to dismantle, deconstruct, strip away. Fighting the inner shadows. The demons. The fears that we have internalized. One more breath here. Release your hands, rise back up. Let's extend the right leg long, tuck in the left heel. Reach up with Gyan Mudra. Exhale over to the right. Again, connect with Ujjayi breath. Inhale, turn your head to center, followed by your body. Take a moment here. Let's bring your feet in together, and for a moment, put your hands behind your fingertips pointing towards you. Again, claw through your finger pads. Place your feet on the earth. We're going to cross our left ankle onto our right thigh. So take a moment and then bring the left ankle. If you want to use helping hands, use helping hands. Your feet can be as far away from you or as close to you as possible. This will define how intense this figure of 4 is. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Turn out the left knee, flex the left foot. ground down through the right foot. Feel connected, empowered here. Draw in your navel. We're working with the energy of Durga, the Shakti of power, of courage, of strength, this fierce protectiveness. Of the lioness, the tiger mother. One more breath here. Uncross that leg. If your wrists are beginning to feel it, rotate your wrists. And then let's reclaw our fingers back into the earth. And again, we're going to cross that right ankle onto the left thigh. So turn the right knee out, flex the right foot. And once you're here, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Draw in your navel. A deeply activating pose. So remember, your legs can be further away, closer to you. One more breath. Let's release that right leg. Release your hands, rotate your wrists. And then let's windshield wiper the knees one way, then the other, just to help us release here. And then swing your legs around and come onto your knees, coming into child's pose here. So let's take the knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Walk your hands forward, claw your finger pads into the earth, and then rest your eyebrow center here. A deeply activated, wide-legged child's pose, Balasana. Dum Durgayei Namaha. Feel fierce here. Let's bring your hands a little bit closer to you and then place the right hand in the middle of the mat. So lift off your heels. So you're sort of crouching here and draw up the left fingertips to the sky in Gyan Mudra, thumb and index touching. The seal of wisdom for Saraswati, the goddess of the arts and sciences and learning. Exhale, thread that left arm underneath you. Bring your left ear and shoulder to the mat and reach up with the right arm. Fingers in Gyan Mudra. Ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Inhale, lift your left fingertips to the sky. And then replace the right hand with the left. Drop the right fingertips to the sky with Gyan Mudra. As you exhale, thread the right arm underneath you, bringing your right ear and shoulder to the mat. Reach up with your left arm. Fingers in Gyan Mudra. So Saraswati is connected to our intuition and creative energy. So here in this wide-legged child's pose, variation of twist, we are working the Swadhisthana chakra at the sacrum. This is the seat of our creativity for all of us. The creative energy, the expression of the arts, the expression of the emotions. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Draw up the right fingertips to the sky and then bring them back to the earth. Now let's come onto our knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to lift your tailbone, shine your heart. Classic Majri Asana and Bitli Asana. But as you flow through your spine, imagine the waves of the ocean. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, generosity, harmony, of flow rises out of the ocean. So visualize here that integration of the spine as it flows like waves of water traveling the length of your spine. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to round. 3 rounds, and then when you've done your 3 rounds, coming to stillness, neutral spine, table Brahmasana. Take a moment here and then extend out your right leg long, parallel to the earth. Claw your fingers into the earth here. So again, bring the tiger pose. Reach out for that right heel. One breath here. Flex into the right knee. Now you can stay here with both hands connected to the earth, or you can swing your left arm towards your right foot. Take hold of your foot. One breath here. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Let's bring the right knee in towards the heart, rounding through the spine. And then step the right foot forward, coming into low lunge here. Fingertips on the earth. Keep that left knee on the earth. Take a moment here. Now plant your left hand and bring your right hand to the heart. Begin to spiral your gaze up towards the sky with your hand on your heart. One breath here. Reach up with your hands to the sky. And then let's complete 3 big circles, rotating our arm. You can go one way first. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So reaching back and reaching forward. And then when you're reaching behind with your right hand, leave it there. Gaze back towards your right hand. Exhaling, right hand to the heart, spiral your gaze down, reach back with your tailbone. You can bring your right fingertips to the earth and then flex that toe up. Roll through the foot as far forward as you can. Really sink into your hips here. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Shuffle the right foot across. We're going to move into a variation of dragon. Here, bring the left forearm onto the earth or onto a folded blanket, cushion or low footstool. And then let's take the right hand to the inside of the right knee and turn that knee away with the right hand. And then when you've turned that knee away, again, reach up with the right arm. So your left forearm is on the earth or a low footstool. Your right arm is now reaching out. Your right knee is winged. Perhaps you've rolled onto the outer side of your right foot. One breath here. Exhale, gaze down. Bring the right hand down. And from here, we're going to move into pigeon. So shuffle your right foot all the way across your mat. Keep supporting yourself on your hands. And then when you're ready, come onto your right shin and right thigh. That left leg is reaching behind. Now, if that feels too uncomfortable, you can bend into that knee, or you can reach out, yogi's choice. And turn over your right leg. So you're gazing ahead, high pigeon or swan. Flow with your spine here. So bringing your crown down and then rising. It's a flowing, bending into your elbows as if you're riding a wave. Then rising up, one breath here. Let's turn to the center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Take a moment here. Claw your hands, reach underneath, and we're going to do a Simhasan Pranayam, lion's breath. Inhale fully. Poking out your tongues, opening your eyes wide. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Inhale. Release your hands, rising up. And let's turn over to the left. So take out that left shin and reach behind with your right leg. So you might have your right knee at an angle, or you might really reach behind. So your hands are on the earth in front of your left shin, reaching out, variation of pigeon, swan-like. Exhale, fold over your leg, waving with your spine. So here we're bringing Lakshmi together with the waves, spinal waves, clawing into the earth with the finger pads to connect to Durga, and the swan-like pose to connect to Saraswati. Take a moment here. Now we're going to do we're reversing the movement. So we're going to come onto our left foot. So lift your left shin and shuffle your left foot all the way across the mat so that you come into this low dragon variation. Come down onto your right forearm. Left hand to the heart. Let's take the left hand onto the left knee and roll out that left knee away from us. So we perhaps roll onto the little toe side. And then reach up with your hands towards the sky. Thumb and index in Gyan. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Come onto your right hand. Shuffle your left foot slightly in so you're back in low lunge here. We're going to plant the right hand. Bring the left hand to the heart. And then turn and spiral our gaze and heart up towards the sky. Reach up with the right hand. And then we're going to complete large circles with the left hand rather. 3 in one direction, reaching back, up and forward, these wheels with our hands. And then when you've done those 3, reverse the motion. And the next time you reach back, leave your hand there. Gaze over your left shoulder towards your left hand. Fingers in Gyan. One more breath. Bring the left hand to the heart. Spiral your gaze. Bring your left hand to the earth. And then let's shift our hips back and roll onto the heel of your left foot. Come back and then place your hands, and we're going to take that left leg behind. Reach back long, parallel to the earth. Move forward so my dogs have space. Bend into that left knee, pointing the toes up. Now you can shift the weight into your left hand and reach back with your right hand towards your left foot. You could be reaching for it, and you can make connection with it. One more breath. Release the right hand to the earth. Bring the left knee to the heart, rounding through your spine. And then let's release the knee to the earth. Sway your hips from left to right. Let's create large circles. So now let's take the hips all the way back towards the heels 3 times in one direction. So imagine that this are water wheels. And then 3 times in the other direction. And then let's come down to the earth. Eyebrows center on the earth. Bring your elbows to the earth and prayer hands at the back of your skull, back of your head. Child's pose, Balasana with Namaskar. Ocean sounding breath. Release your hands and rise up. So staying on your knees. Let me turn and face you so you can see me. So we're in hero's pose with our feet tucked under us. If your feet aren't comfortable, you can roll up a blanket and place it on the inside of your ankles. Always place a cushion underneath your sit bones, between your sit bones and your feet. Place a cushion underneath your knees. Lots of options for you to be comfortable. Let's bring our hands into Padma, lotus flower, the blossoming of the heart, to invoke Lakshmi's abundance, compassion, love, this connection with the self, worldly fulfillment, coming together with spiritual enlightenment. So Lakshmi is about connecting with the world as well as with your spirituality. It's an integration of the self. And through that, we can reach a state of flow, of harmonious flow. Gaze down into the palm of your hands. So little fingers are connected, thumbs are connected. Middle 3 fingers are flowering out. We're going to do our prayer wheel here. So remember the prayer wheel is bringing the hands together, pointing the fingers down, the thumbs and index touching. Then bring the backs of your fingers, rotating them in towards your heart. And then open your hands like a book so that the little finger sides are connected. And then come back into lotus. And you do this. And you can also, so we can do the lotus at the crown. And then also rotate through the lotus all the way to the heart. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. So here we are, we're connecting the heart with the crown. Compassion and love and empathy and generosity with wisdom, enlightenment, spiritual liberation. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Closing with the lotus at the heart here. Bring the fingers and palms together in Anjali or Namaskar. Perhaps we are connecting with abundance of health, abundance of kindness, an abundance of forgiveness, the richness of the human connection. Bringing your hands to the earth, spread your fingers wide, claw at the earth, tuck your toes, lift your chin, moving into mountain. Parvatasana, sway your feet. And coming into stillness, one breath here. Let's walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat here. Forward fold here. And wrap your hands behind your legs, crossing at the wrist. And bringing your hands either to the back of your calves or your ankles. A deep forward fold here, Uttanasana. Allow your crown, neck and head, the shoulders, all of the upper part of your body to be drawn down towards the earth. Feeling heavy, being drawn towards the earth. And visualize Soma Pranayama, moonlight. Moonlight pranayama, moonlight breath. Observe it flowing through your body. Perhaps you sense that it's pouring out of your crown into the earth on which you walk, enriching the earth. One more breath here. Releasing your hands. Inhaling, bend deeply into your knees. Reach forward with your hands. Interlace all your fingers. Extend your index, cross your thumbs. Kali Mudra. Gaze ahead. Feeling strong through your thighs here. One breath more. Reach up in on the inhale. Hands above your crown. In your Kali Mudra. Exhale over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Bring your hands to your heart. Cross your hands behind, interlace all your fingers. Draw your hands down and away from you. Again, we're going to hinge at the knees, coming into chair pose variation. Utkatasana. Reach back with your hands. Crown reaching forward. Heart space open. Legs strong. Poised for action here. Heart open. Vulnerable yet strong. One more breath. Release your hands. Sway with your arms up towards the sky. And then exhaling over to the left with both hands. Inhaling to center as if you are gushing like a waterfall here. To the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the side. One more time. Flowing with your breath, hands to your heart. Let's turn to the side of our mat. Take a moment here, feeling energized, uplifted. So like Lakshmi rising out of the ocean, up towards the sky. Mudra at the heart, so you can choose lotus, Padma Mudra, or if you want to be a little fierce, cross the right wrist over the left and bring your hands into Abhaya Mudra by wrapping all of your fingers around the opposite hand fingers, and the ring and thumb touch each other to create sort of what look like eyes. So connect whichever mudra you wish to here. Padma for love, compassion, abundance, prosperity. Durga for strength, courage, resilience, fierceness. One breath more here, keeping your mudra as it is. Step your right foot all the way across. Bend into your knees, turn out your toes, so you have your mudra at your heart here, whichever one you've gone with. Your Deviyasana here. If you feel like you want to connect with Saraswati, the deity for arts and sciences, learning, wisdom, turn your left palm up right palm forward, and then cross the left palm onto your right thigh, and bring your right hand there so that you cross and clasp your hands here on your right leg. So that's an option for Saraswati, or you can move through all three, depending on what it is you wish to cultivate going forward. Wherever you are in your mudra, one more breath here, and then straighten through your legs, open out your arms, spiral your fingertips, Tadasana star pose. Turn your right toes to the top of your mat, bend into that knee. Drop your left hand, Gyan fingers on the right hand and up and over for Shanti Warrior. You can also wrap your left hand around the lower back, coming to the right hip. Flow through Warrior 2, Mahavirabdrasana. Inhale, Warrior 1. So turn your hips, arms reach up. Open out, Warrior 2, Mahavirabdrasana. Up and over, Shanti Warrior. Where we started, open out into Warrior 2, straighten through that right leg. Let's turn the right toes and turn the left toes to the top of the mat. Bend into the left knee, right hand to the thigh, flip your left arm up and over, Shanti Warrior on this side. And again, you can wrap your hand so it's on your back of your hand is on your left hip. Open out into Warrior 2, Mahavirabdrasana. Turn your heart forward, Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Open out, Warrior 2, Shanti Warrior. Back to Warrior 2, straighten through the left, turn your toes forward, bring your hands to your heart in your mudra. So Namaskar, Padma. If you're doing Abhaya Haritya, it's right wrist over left wrist, and then wrap your fingers around the opposite finger, except your ring and thumb that come together. Turn your toes, come back into Devyasana. Your variation. Inhale, rise. We're going to step over to the top of the mat, to my right. Hands together. Let's turn and face the front of the mat, looking ahead. And let's close this cycle here. One breath here. Inhale, reach up with your hands. Exhale, fold forward. Deep bending your knees. Take your hands around the back of your legs, crossing at the wrist. So this time, let's go the opposite direction. It will feel unusual. That's how you'll know that you've gone the opposite way. We naturally always lead with the one arm that feels most comfortable. And visualize moonlight pranayam, soma pranayam, this nectar, this sweetness of the moon. And perhaps you combine it with ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath at the back of the throat. Saraswati, is also the goddess of speech, sound, language, music, all of the arts of expression and creativity that manifest in whichever form we wish to express it, whether as a scientist or as an artist, a gardener or a baker. One breath here. Let's release the hands. Bend deeply into your knees and then interlace all your fingers. Release your index and cross your thumbs. And this time, let's cross the thumbs in the opposite direction. And again, it will feel strange. It will feel as if you're missing a digit. That's how you know you've swapped the direction of your thumbs. Tailbone reaching back. Kali Mudra, forward facing. With purpose, with strength, with courage to cut through all of the illusions, the fake news, the disinformation. One more breath. Inhale to rise up. Kali Mudra reaching up. Exhale over to the left. Chandrasana. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Release your mudra. And then let's wave down towards the earth. Fingers reaching back. Inhale to rise up. Waving waterfall over to the left and the right. Feeling your breath flow 3 times in both directions. And then when you've done the third one, lotus at the crown, and then prayer wheel all the way to your heart. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Let's step to the middle of our mat. We're going to move into a balance. Releasing your hands here. Preparing for your balance. And our balance today will be the sitar that we did yesterday of last time in our practice of Saraswati. So bend into your knees. And we'll start off with Lakshmi and then we'll move into Saraswati. So the Lakshmi pose. So bend into your elbows. Spiral your fingertips. And then cross your right ankle. Now you can have your right ankle on your left side, or you can have it on the earth here like this. Yogi's choice. So remember, the toes can stay on the earth for balance. Find something to gaze at on the horizon that's not moving. One breath here. Now, wherever you are, let's make sure that right foot is on the earth. And draw your right fingertips up by bringing them into Gyan and left fingers down. Siddharth. So remember, we're going to do a little spiral here, coming into a coil to come into a seated twist. So watch carefully or listen carefully. Look down towards the earth on the left. As you exhale, bring your right hand down towards the earth. Bringing your fingertips to the earth. Now come onto the ball of your foot. And then bring that right knee down. And then you come to the earth. So we're up here. We bring the right hand down towards the earth, left hand towards the earth. We come onto the ball of our left foot so we can bring the knee down. And then come to sit here. in our twist. And we have our hands on the earth on the right side, so it's a open twist. Gaze ahead so that your gaze and the heart is in the same direction. One breath here. We're going to move into the space so that we can come into a twist on the other side. So we're going to go to follow our left hand. So come onto your left knee, come onto the balls of both feet, stay low to the ground here, spiral and pivot on the ball of your feet, walk your hands around. And then bring your right knee to the earth. Come to sit. You might need to adjust a few times. Take as much space as you like. And if it doesn't feel comfortable having your lower leg folded under, you can always extend it out. And we turn over to the right, sorry, so that your left hand is closest to your left foot. One breath here. You know what's coming. We're going to rise into Siddharasana. So using your hands on the earth, pressing into your hands, come onto your right knee. Tuck your right toes and then lift up. You might need to adjust your right foot. Stay on your fingertips and then come to standing. So this time the left hand goes up. You might need to adjust your feet slightly, depending on how much space you took up. Come up, right fingertips down, left fingertips up. You can be on the heel of your foot, but I'm going to be on the ball because it gives us a bit more space to bend into our knees. One more breath. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the heart. Uncross your leg. We're going to do Lakshmi on this side now. So we're going to bring the right foot to the left knee or the right foot onto the earth and hug in your elbows. Spiral your fingers. So I know your legs are feeling it today. One more breath. Rise up, shake out your hips, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Let's come down to the earth. You can shimmy all the way to the earth, however you choose. Sitting up here, let's do Nukasana first. Spiral your fingertips, come onto your toes. Lift the right toe. You can lift the left toe. And if you really want to, you can lift both toes. You could even bring lotus to your heart. Engage the core. One more breath. Exhale, let's lower directly to the earth here. Bring the soles of the feet on the earth. We're going to come into bridge pose. So check that your toes are close enough for the backs of your heels to be tickled by your fingertips. Now you can keep your forearms on the earth with your fingertips pointing open, so you almost create a scaffold with your arms, hugging them into the sides. Or you can leave your hands connected with the earth. Inhale, lift your hips and pelvis by unpeeling your spine off the earth here. Now we're going to stretch our legs. So come onto the balls of your feet. You can stay here, or you can keep your heels on the earth. Remember, yogis, you work with the abundance within your body. You can reach out with your right leg, so you can extend it, or you can reach it up towards the sky. Keep lifting your hips and pelvis, lifting your heart. Chin is tucked in towards the throat. One breath here. Bend into your knee. Bring that foot to the earth. Lift through your hips and pelvis again. And then let's lift the left toes to the sky. You can reach forward. You can have a little bend. You can reach wherever you are with your left leg. One more breath. And let's bring that to the earth. Now, if you want to practice this pose and you need more support, you could always place a bolster underneath your sacrum area and then practice those leg lifts with a bolster underneath you. Bring your knees to your heart. Little gentle roll from side to side. And then we're going to come into Shavasana. So you can have butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together, or you can have your legs extended on the earth. Yogi's choice, thumb and index touching in Gyan. Soften here through the whole of your body. Visualize Soma Pranayama, moonlight breath, flowing like a sacred stream of light through your body, illuminating, enlightening, bringing wisdom, clarity, acuity, helping you to embody wisdom, to speak and express with truth and clarity. Lakshmi, the softness and abundance of the lotus, the opening of the petals, to reveal your innermost soul beauty, your loving, compassionate, generous heart, with abundance of love, health, wealth. Whatever your needs may be, knowing that you can be rich in so many spheres of your life, both worldly and spiritual. If you move from a place of generosity, compassion, and empathy for others. And then the power of Durga, the courage, the resilience to stand up for what is right, to fight the battles that bring love and compassion, that move from a place of love and compassion, that help to bring greater wisdom and knowledge. A fierce goddess, with compassion and love at the heart, with wisdom and intelligence at the cognitive body, at the third eye, the crown. One more breath here, and then begin to curl and uncurl your fingers and toes, hugging everything in, gently rolling on your lower back from side to side, and then rolling onto one side to come up to your seat. And when you come to your seat, let's bring our hands into Abhaya Mudra, right wrist over left, wrap right index around left index, right middle around left middle, right little finger around left little finger, and then bring your ring finger and thumbs to touch at the heart, hands in front of the heart, Abhaya Mudra. Let's chant Om Dum Durgayei Namaha 3 times. Inhale to prepare. Om Dum Durgayei Namaha. Om Dum Durgayei Namaha. Om Dum Durgayei Namaha. Release your Abhaya Haridra Mudra. Bring your hands into Lotus Mudra. Little finger and thumb sides connected, middle three fingers open, creating a little chalice or an opening flower here. Let's chant Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha 3 times. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Let's turn the left palm up, right palm to the side facing forward. Cross the left palm across the heart. Bring it to the top of your right leg. And then right hand and palm, right palm and left palm connect, folding your fingers, resting on the top of your right thigh. Let's chant Om Aim Saraswatayai Namaha 3 times. Inhale to prepare. Om Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatayai Namaha. Hands at your heart in Namaskar. Closing our practice by chanting Om Shanti. Inhale fully. Om Shanti. 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 Hands to your eyebrow center. Dhanyavad. Thank you, my beautiful yogis, for joining me. Please like and subscribe and share if you're on YouTube. Blessings of Shakti power to you all. Thank you so much. Let me unmute you. Lovely. Oh, I should do 2 hands. You should be able to unmute yourselves now, I think.